Something that I mentioned time and time again is a key principle in why people vote a certain way. Democrats have completely lost touch with the reality that you are supposed to offer something to people, not just simply engage in a defensive posture. You have to offer them something, and then you have to prove to the people that voted for you that it was a good idea to vote for you. Engaging in pure team sports to say like, no, it's better if it's a D instead of an R that's doing the same exact initiatives, then, it feels like your team won, and then you can own the fucking conservatives, is not going to be good enough to actually win elections consistently. The Democratic Party's platform that they advocate for across the board, if we look at it holistically, is still significantly better than the Republican Party's platform. The issue is that the Democratic Party rarely ever follows through on their agenda, consistently loses and says, oh, well, it's because of the structural hurdles that were placed in front of us. Republicans never fucking say, oh, man, like Mitch McConnell never goes, oh, dude, we have structural hurdles. That's why we can't allow Obama to appoint a Supreme Court justice. That's not something that stops them. They do their bidding for their most loyal constituencies, sometimes to a detriment to the continuation of the party. The Democratic Party is supposed to say, look, if you vote for us, we are not as bad as the Republican Party. We will scale back on the Republican Party's death and destruction. At least they would never champion the Republican Party's position on these issues. Nowadays, the Democratic Party doesn't even do the lip service. They just say, fuck you, vote for us, and that's it. And in that time frame, in that process, the things that they can point to get smaller and smaller and smaller as the daylight between the two parties and their policies actually reduce. In 2020, you could say, and the Democratic Party did say, that all the brutalization that you're seeing from the police, Trump's police, against protesters, we will never do that. That was a lie, as you can see clearly with what's going on with the pro-Palestinian demonstrations all around college campuses all around the United States of America. Another thing that the Biden administration said was, we are not going to be like the Trump administration with their child separation policy and their immigrant detentions. The Biden administration, on the other hand, literally continued Title 42. The Brandon administration continued that policy. The Brandon administration continued immigrant detention. 4 years after, it ran a successful campaign, mind you, against the Trump administration, saying that they were going to reverse in the first 100 days all of the Trump administration's immigration policies, turned around and advocated for the exact same bill that the Trump administration was trying to pass over and over again, funding the border wall, funding Customs and Border Patrol. My point is, if you keep capitulating the right-wing framing on issues, you're going to lose that issue completely. Because why the fuck would people believe you now that you've had an attitude shift? All you've now done is say, no, they're actually right. I'm handing it to the right wing. They're correct. I'm the one who'll fix it, but the right won't let me fix it by being right-wing. It is an idiotic bargain that is both bad policy and also even worse politics.